Hello everyone, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Scott Stanger, the Chief of Safety here at the 106 Rescue Wing. We're just going to have a few minute safety brief today. This is going to be our summer safety briefing to make sure everyone starts out the summer in a safe way. We're going to go over general summer safety tips, then we'll talk about some boating and water safety tips, drinking and driving, and also barbecue safety. So the first summer safety tips will be general summer safety tips from the CDC. So starting off, never leave infants, children, or pets in a parked car, even if the windows are cracked open. Use sunscreen with at least SPF 15. Use insect repellent to avoid ticks. Make sure children's playgrounds are safe, soft, and well maintained. Young workers have high job injury rates, so always be mindful of young teens doing yard work with motorized items such as lawnmowers or other landscaping equipment. So here on Long Island, boating is very popular. A lot of people have a lot of water activities, so we thought we'd talk a little bit about boating safety now that the summer season is coming. So in New York, there are very specific rules when it comes to boating, the things you can and can't do, safety equipment you have to have in place. So there's a New York State safety boating guide that you can look in, and it's about a 60-page document, but some of it won't apply, some will, and you can look in there, and it's free online, and you can find all the information in there that we're going to go over. So every vessel operated in New York State must have approved wearable life jackets for each person on board. Everyone being towed, and that's wakeboarding, water skiing, tubing, etc., must wear a life jacket. Children under the age of 12 aboard pleasure vessels less than 65 feet in length, canoes, kayaks, and rowboats, unless in a totally enclosed cabin, must wear a life jacket. Everyone aboard a pleasure vessel less than 21 feet in length between November 1st and May 1st must wear a life jacket. So that's actually like in the fall going into the spring. Everyone has to have it on board if the vessel's under 21 feet. Everyone aboard a PWC, that's a personal watercraft, or jet ski, must wear a life jacket. So you'll notice in the Safe Boating Guide that a PFD, personal flotation device, is what they also refer to a life jacket as. So you'll see now on the screen we have the actual cover. So when you're Google searching it, New York State Boater's Guide, it's a free guide. It's from the New York State Office of Recreation. So one of the things that you'll also see in the Safe Boating Guide is safety tips for trailering, okay? So that can be used either for boating trailering or if you're towing a camper, anything. A funny story with that is I like to run a lot, and a few years ago I'm running and I see a vehicle. I see a towing vehicle, like a pickup truck type vehicle, and it's coming around the corner. I see it up the road. It's coming downhill and making a turn. So I see the pickup truck coming. I'm far enough off the road, and I see it coming, and then I see something passing it. Thinking, oh, is that another vehicle passing that pickup truck? No, it wasn't a vehicle. It was the trailer. The trailer that the vehicle is attached to had become unhooked as it made that turn, and going downhill, the trailer actually passed the towing vehicle and went off into the bushes. Okay, so it's really important that you look at the safe trailering section if you're trailering anything, because it has lots of tips of things you make sure to look out for if you're actually towing a trailer, be that a trailer for a camper or boating or anything. It could be that you're doing yard work maybe, and you have a trailer that you put yard materials in. Okay, so speed. There's a section on speed, so it's important that you know that in most cases in New York State, that if you have to be within 100 feet of the shore, that could be a dock, a pier, raft, float, anchored boat. If you're within 100 feet of any of those items, the maximum speed is 5 miles per hour. And in some bodies of water, that 5 mile per hour speed can actually be pushed out to 200 feet. Okay, so always be very mindful of your speed. There could be swimmers in the water, so near the shore or near boats, so you need to definitely be very careful because it's very tough to see people in the water. So summer and alcohol abuse. High temperatures combined with excessive alcohol can lead to dehydration. The U.S. Coast Guard states that boaters with a blood alcohol content of 0.1 have 16 times higher chance of being involved in a boating accident versus boaters that have not been drinking. Alcohol-related drownings have resulted in intoxicated individuals falling in the water, becoming confused, and swimming away from the surface down into deeper water. So you'll see there's also a slide now, and that's from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, and it says up to 70% of water recreation deaths of teens and adults involve the use of alcohol, okay? There's also a slide on here, and it shows from 2017. They did the New York State Police at the direction of the governor, put out a task force on drinking and driving. So impaired driving, they arrested nearly 240 people just over Memorial Day weekend. This is from a previous Memorial Day weekend, so just be mindful. That's coming up in a few weeks. It'll be Memorial Day weekend. I know it doesn't seem like it's already upon us, but it definitely is. So that task force arrested almost 240 people and wrote 12,000 tickets, okay? And that's just New York State Police. That doesn't include local police and other things that have checkpoints. So barbecue safety, the bottom line when cooking with a grill is don't light anything on fire that isn't supposed to be on fire, okay? There's a YouTube video that'll play, and that's from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. It talks about having safe zones around, a 3-foot safe zone around anything that's going to be on fire, and be mindful of children, pets, anything in that safe zone.
This message brought to you by USFA and your local fire department. Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
You should also follow food safety tips and not eat any food that's been left unrefrigerated too long. The following link that you'll see on the slide is to the foodsafety.gov, and it provides more information. And yes, that's a real thing, foodsafety.gov. You'd be surprised of all the good tips that are there about how long you can have food out. It's not like someone's guess, it's actual government information that says how long you can have food out. It's either been cooked and before you have to refrigerate it, or things that are supposed to be refrigerated, how long they can be left out. So it's really good information that'll help you avoid getting sick, especially from barbecues and things when it's warmer outside, that food can't last out in those temperatures for very long, depending what's in them. So the bottom line is be safe this summer. If you have any questions about anything that's been covered in this briefing, you can stop by the 106 Rescue Wing Safety Office. We're located upstairs in the wing headquarters. Thank you.